Welcome to the first episode of Sagil Talks Too Much. In today's episode, we have Amiy Kumar, aka the Cybermusafir. Amiy is the featured top 3 security researcher on NCAAPC newsletter. He's a UGC creator, content curator, copywriter, and much more. In today's video, we have discussed about Amy's journey to being the top 3 security researcher on NCAAPC newsletter. We have discussed about UGC creation, content creation, and also about wealth creation and the resources of learning wealth creation as a beginner. We have also discussed about Amy's time management routine that he uses to stay productive in the game. And everything is put into this video. So all you need to do is sit back and enjoy rest of the video. So welcome to the podcast, Amy,
Thank you, Sahil.
aka Musafir Talks. So how
Thank
are
you so
you?
much, Sahil.
First, let us know that how are you and how is everything going on in your life?
I'm pretty decent. Thank you so much for inviting, and everything is going well right now. I'm working hard. I've started a new challenge. I posted a reel on Instagram regarding my first month challenge of earning $1,000 in the month of June. So it's a bit hard. I mean, yes, as a 19-year-old kid, I have to hustle hard, like throughout the ways of different wealth creation methods. A bit stressed, but it's okay. It would be a fun.
Wow, that's really amazing. So let's go back to your past. Like you have been featured as the top 3 security researcher on NCI IPC newsletter.
Yes,
Please
yes.
tell something about that exciting journey, like how it was to reaching that top 3 position on this. And also let us know that what is this NCIIPC?
Okay, so the answer to the question, NCIPC is a unit of NTR, that is National Technical Research Organization of India, where we cybersecurity researcher hunt bugs in the government domain sector and we get acknowledgement letters. So I would like to embrace that my appreciations and support to one of my friend that is really close to my heart is Asif. He's also known as Demon Souls, and Yash, Aksh, and all of them. Tajda, these are the good friends who motivated me for the same. Asif was a great support every time in my cybersecurity journey. He transformed my life in cybersec. Then my mentor Akshay Tandon sir, and especially my beloved one is Nikhil sir. Nikhil Mahadeshwar. He's the founder of CSI India. Rakshit sir holds the Gurugram Police. So when I was in Gurugram Police, so Rakshit sir mentioned कि जो भी बच्चा बहुत हार्ड वर्क करता है, those who really work hard and get in this, it's a very great achievement. It's more like an Indian Hall of Fame to you. So, and that was a catchy thing for me. Like at that certain point, I don't know how to, find bugs. What is bug suit? What other things? Then Asif started telling me, you can find this vulnerability, you can that. And from that stage, I started growing in this industry. So it's all about it, the hard work. And I found it something around 450 or 600 bucks.
Wow, 450. So
Yeah.
like among those 450 bugs, which was the like most exciting bug?
Okay, so being very honest, if you get into NCIPC, there are some common bugs you can find and you can go to that level. So one is the click jacking that we say. Click jacking is a bug
Yes,
where you can
yes.
just go and scroll it out. Click jacking. Number two, the common bug very much a lot of people find is the WordPress vulnerabilities. I mean the directory research vulnerabilities. If you have written OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities, then the most exciting I found it was the RC and DOM reflected accesses. And that I
Okay.
found it on Army's website, and one was I found it on Government of India, some portal XYZ, I cannot name it. So I found it RC, like I can locate I can access this person's data from sitting at my home. What I want then. So I can was like sorry, I was able to see a lot of things from that. That was a
Okay.
point.
And like you have also mentioned that you met a lot of founders and CEOs on your journey to cybersecurity. So like who was the most inspiring person to you?
Okay, so a lot of people who have inspired me a lot, but I would like to thank one of the company and the startup growing is like Bugbase, especially because they give me ample amount of opportunities. Currently, I'm not working with them, but they are really close to my heart. And the inspiring person I really like about is my life is myself as a role model, but as a founder, if you say, and a companies, there are two people who I really love. One is Sumit Grover. He's like a person who into bug bounty hunting and VAPT assessments. And the person who really inspired me as a founder was, I mean, not a founder, but a person called Vicky Ray and my founder Nikhil sir, Rakshit Tandon sir, Nitin
Okay.
Pandey sir. These are my mentors. So they gave me an embrace path to exceed my life and success in this particular field. Then I switched from cybersecurity to wealth creation, different terminology. As you see, there have been trends in Instagram right now. You see people earning 1 crore in 1 year, and I found it's pretty decent. You can use social media as a leverage to your life. You know how do people think? Like I explained this terminology. For example, I'm a person who's earning. I started posting content, and I would be inspiration role model of people if I'm a 19 or 20-year-old young teen and I'm making a crore in a year on a 6 months. So that's a big thing. But I don't find, to be honest, a big thing because I know several people who are making more than $10,000 or $50,000 per month. I haven't been in touch with them. So I talk to them. I know a lot of psychologies behind it, and it's pretty decent to start. I would say it's very hard to start in the starting. Like you have to put in a lot of things. I mean, it's a lot of things. So inspiration, I think in life you should be you. You should, a pro tip, I would say, don't compare life with other people. Because when comparison comes now, you are not the same person you wanted to become. For example, if I see a person who's doing this 50K a month, $50,000 per month, and I say I want to achieve it. So it's his hard work, his journey, his consistency that embraced that path. The journey he embarked was that. And for me, I have to learn valuable lessons and keynotes from it. I don't have to compare. Agar usne itna kiya, XYZ is going to do, I have to do the same. No, I have my own ways. I am something that I can do, I'm passionate about. He was doing that thing that he was passionate about. So people should understand this terminology, I would like to say.
Okay. So, like, as you have mentioned the wealth creation, and I was having this question in my mind. And along with wealth creation, you are doing UGC creation too. So, like,
Okay,
first,
yeah.
let us talk about UGC creation because many people don't know about this. And I am also very new to this UGC creation, as you mentioned
Okay.
it earlier. So, just please explain to our audience, like, what is UGC creation?
Okay, so UGC creation is called the user-generated content, in which there are two factors. Either you can show your face or you don't show your face. You have to help a company to scale their branding. For example, this is a lens. I have to sell in the form of free. So let's start with a quotation. Hey, my name is Amiy. I was Googling out and I really found this spec to be very awesome at certain price. You can also go and visit this website with these 3 steps. And the most catching part about it is it's a 30-day refund policy. You can buy it for $10. And the best thing, it's a blue lens at affordable price. So go check in the description link below. So this is how you do. There are 4 things that are very important in that. And as influencing things, you have to be very good at hail. What we say hail is honesty, authenticity, integrity, and love. So if we say this person XY who is casting a bad spell, you would be questioning what is bad spell casting, right? So the bad spell casting is if Sagil is doing some hard work and I say, Sagil, you cannot do it. Sagil, you cannot do this, you cannot do that as a friend. So I would like to remove that negativity from my life. Because if someone who is supporting me, there's one of my, my friends who are really supportive to me. I would love to mention one of my close friend Gaurav. If I say him, Gaurav, please post this reel for me, he'll post it. One of my female friends, Shivani, if I ask her to post it, she will post. Asif, any of them, those are very close to my heart. Arnav. So these are supportive people. Whereas some XYZ person comes, oh no, he cannot do it anymore. He's shit, he's that. I would like to remove that negativity because what you speak, universe listens to it. So it's all in the mind. The theory of everything Hawkins. It all what you say the universe will listen to it. So be positive, be like a positive proton. Remove the bad cast spell on from your life. Then UGC creation is also about video editing, selling products, but you have to scale that. Let's have for a workshop, if I have to take a workshop. So number 1 day, I'll work on authenticity of the product, how much I'm genuinely loving it. Second day, I'll work on the emotive speech. You know what is emotive speech? The emotions behind that I really love about the product. Number 3 we come is the humor, smile. You have to be very smile. You don't have to be a people pleaser. It's a deadly sin, but you have to appreciate person because that's the personality of a person who helps them to grow. And number 4, we go with the energy. Yes, I have energy that I can do things. I don't have to be very over ambitious. There's one funny story. People used to say me, you're over ambitious, you cannot do that in life. And I analyzed that. Yes, I was sometimes. So when I started the monk mode, what does monk mode? Monk mode has three criteria to four criteria you have to fulfill that. One is 10 plus minutes of meditation, constantly meditating every day. Number two, with fitness, you have to work out 30 to 35 minutes. I do that also. Number three, no alcohol, no drinks, no smoking, whether it's anything, it's your weed, cigar, cigarettes, anything, nothing is allowed in a monk mode. And the last is the routine. You have to follow a routine thing. That is very similar to, somehow we can say, correlatable to 75 hard day challenge, but it's very distinct because in 75 hard day challenge, you have to follow strict diets and strict everything. But monk mode, I would suggest it starts with the criteria of minimum 20 days, maximum to 90 days. It goes that I have studied, and I should say people should do it because it will help you to enhance your productivity. So from UGC Creation to these many things, I've studied a lot. So I can help people and guide them for the same.
That was really a nice explanation, like you have given about UGC Creation to like monk mode. And I've
Yes,
also
thank
like
you.
been introduced to this monk mode earlier. I watched Iman Ghazi's recent video, The Complete Guide to
Yeah.
Monk Mode. Yeah, so I really enjoy watching like Iman Ghazi, Hamza. They make these types of content, and I really love it. So yeah, thank you so much for introducing monk mode. So now coming back to the second one, that we have wealth creation. Like this is a very interesting terminology if we say wealth creation, and people just think that wealth creation is all about making money, like somehow you make money, this, that, and all. So like, just can you clarify what is wealth creation? Like how do we create wealth?
Okay, so it depends from perspective to perspective, but majorly what you understand from creation is about making money. But if you read Rich Dad and Poor Dad, there's something called about wealth is, if you don't have time to spend with your family members, if you don't have time to give yourself independent life, if you don't have time to channelize that money, then wealth creation is of nothing. Yeah. If wealth creation is what? When you can enjoy your life, you can help people, you can make more money, but in a good and authentic way, not from a general perspective of road where you come from bad ideas and bad influence. Because somehow what I feel is the journey I'm starting of $1,000 in this June. So there are several ways I researched and I really put in my hard work. So I found it some 8 to 10 methods. It's very hard to implement them. But if we focus on that, yes, we can do it. And I also want to say that if like on 20th of June, my birthday would be coming. And for sure, if I reach to that level, I'll be donating my money to some foundation because we have one foundation also, but to poor people, because that's how you become a valuable person, not by showing off yourself. So a piece of advice to other people would be that I've given is on comparison, but not to tell everything. Like there are certain secrets which the top-notch people have with them. You might have seen a lot of people, and I really appreciate
Yes,
that at
yes.
this young age you're seeing a man Gadwick, then Sebastian Gigeru. These type of people are inspiring you, and I really love
Yeah.
them. So as we say, money creation is also like a subject. If we study, for example, cybersecurity, it's having a
Yes.
niche. Then under niche there is under a one category, our particular niche. Deep inside, we have to be a specialist. But wealth creation is a very wide field. If you focus on what is money, what is business, what is sales for 6 months to 1.5 years, you will kill the market. I focused it around something 20-21 days, and I'm just seeing it. Yes, I think money is what? It's a game of, for me, multiplication of number. For example, I buy a phone. Now multiply it by two. Okay, suppose we buy a 1 lakh rupees phone. Multiplied by 2 lakh rupees. And take 25% of it.
Okay.
What does it remains? Some sort of money that would be approximately, if we calculate, is 2 into 25 by 100 and 1 by 4, it's like 50,000. So the 50,000 is one of my costs which I will be bearing on my phone for like tampered, if it's accidental damage, insurance, etc. things that people spend on. And that's the reality. You have to buy storage, cloud storage per month, these, that. So for me, money is like a number game. So I'm focusing on that. And truly, if I follow my path and success of wealth creation, I'll really work hard for that. It should. And with the God grace, I've found some different ways. So I will like to list in your podcast. Number one,
Okay.
that is ROI agency. That is called return on investment agency that you can start from
Okay.
in Instagram. So what does ROI means? It's like a system where you go to the client. Okay, you go to the client and you say, I'll help you as a middleman, where your company would get return on investment, and from another client, same perspective. And to communicate between them, a middleman can earn from $500 to $1,500. One example. It's also somehow called drop servicing, like connecting to people and be a middleman. Number two,
Okay.
trading is one of the most best subject. Like people make money through intraday trading, scalping, then understanding crypto market, a lot of things. Because trading is another big subject of study. Then we go with freelancing, right? Freelancing is acquire one skill, sell it, build a company. Copywriting consists of email copywriting, ghost copywriting, a lot of things, building landing pages for company, newsletters, emails, a lot of, and content creation, influencer marketing. There's something seven deadly sins in what we say, influencing speaking. So people don't know about that. People don't know about what are the motives of speech when a person speaks. We don't use what, they, how in this type of content creation. That's a pro tip to people. So
Okay.
that's about wealth creation, I guess so.
Yeah, so that was really like very much clarifying. Thank you so much for that. And if we talk about wealth creation, like the learning resources of wealth creation, like if somebody
Hmm.
wants to start from scratch, like I also have very less idea about wealth creation. I recently bought the book Money Master the Game from Tony
It's
Robbins.
a very good book.
So
It's a very
yeah,
good book.
so that book is really about wealth creation, investments, stock market. So like, but if someone is trying to start from scratch, where should he go? Like, from where should he start wealth creation, learning about wealth creation and all this stuff?
Now you ask the question, where do I get resourceful? So there are three things which I really see in my practical life approach. One is the content you get and consume on free, like YouTube, Reddit, Twitter, everything like that. Number two is the content you really pay for it, because for a certain amount of investment, you have to put in your money. Yeah. If you say you're talking to a person who made 1 million, so he won't be giving his that time to you for free, no? There's certain cost of everything. And paid things have a certain value additional to that. There are a lot of content in YouTube, but you will go and watch that video. No. But when you pay $100, $500, $1,000 to a company for studying, you will generally study, and you
Yes,
will
yes,
study with
that's
full
it.
emotion that yes, I have paid for it. That's the psychology behind it.
Hmm.
And the number three part, I divide that segment of the resources is your circular system, like with your friends, how you revolve around in what company you're doing. So if they have good connections, they have mindset like you. So that also gives an impact factor to your life.
So thank you so much for that. Like many audience who are just listening to you about wealth creation, now they've got a like clear cut understanding of where they should go and like start off with wealth creation. Tell me about, do you enjoy reading books and what types of book do you read?
Yeah, I mean, so there is something called a journey from zero to $1 million. We have different books from million to a different, or we have a different book. So currently in the starting of zero to 10K, $1 million, I will prefer like reading the 5 a.m. Club, How to Influence People and Win Hearts. Then number three is Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Obviously, the 48 Laws, Atomic Habits. These are some of the good books I really prefer. And The Theory of Everything. I should say that everyone must read The Theory of Everything by Stephen Hawking. That's one of the greatest books. And for financial advices, you should use customized planners. So if anybody wants a customized planners, you can just DM me on musafir_hustles. I'll help you with that.
Okay, I'll be mentioning your Instagram and LinkedIn on the description below. So guys,
Yeah,
if you
sure,
want, you
sure.
can just check it out. Coming to the non-fictional book, if you guys want to know, like one of my favorite book is The Way of the Superior Man. I started
That's
reading
a
it,
great
like
book.
the PDF I started reading because the book took a long to be delivered at my home, and today was the day it got delivered. So I have started reading the hard copy from today. Previously I was reading the soft copy. You have been doing like lots of different things. How do you manage time and like stay productive in the game?
As you mentioned कि हमें productivity और time management को कैसे challenge करते हैं. So I say three factors. Then I'll tell you about my daily routine, what I do follow to do the same. Number one is you write up things in a paper or in a digital way. Okay. Number two, the best way of time management and focus is always channelizing the priority task. What is the priority task for the day? For example, अगर मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ, मेरे पास 10 काम है, बट 10 काम में से 3 मेरे मेजर हाई प्रायोरिटी काम है, तो पहले वो 3 करूंगा, बाकी सबको बाद में देखूंगा, बिकॉज दैट्स हाउ टाइम मैनेजमेंट वर्क्स. एंड द नंबर 3 इज फोकस ऑन द पोटेंशियल ग्रोथ ऑफ योर वर्क. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मुझे 6 चीजें करनी थी. अब मेरे को 6 चीजों को एक डिविडेंड टाइम देना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द ABC प्रायोरिटी ऑर्डर या स्टार प्रायोरिटी ऑर्डर. जब आप ये करने लगते हो, आपका टाइम मैनेज अच्छा होने लगा था. प्रोडक्टिविटी के लिए सबको मैं बोलूंगा मेडिटेशन इज ऑल्सो मस्ट, बिकॉज वेन यू मेडिटेट, वेन यू स्पिरिचुअली कनेक्ट, यू गेट अ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ योर सेल्फ, फॉर अ बेटर वर्जन ऑफ योर सेल्फ. एंड ये हर बुक में लिखा है. वेन यू वेदर राइट लिख द 48 लॉज, ठीक है, आपका थिंक लाइक अ मॉन्क, और इतनी अच्छी बुक्स हैं, सब में बोलते हैं मेडिटेशन. सारे बड़े बड़े लोग बोलते हैं मेडिटेशन करो. क्यों? दिस इज हाउ यू फाइंड द बेटर वे. बंक मोड जो होता है हमारा, वो क्यों होता है? टू फाइंड द बेटर वर्जन ऑफ योरसेल्फ. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू आस्क अबाउट व्हाट इज माय डेली रूटीन, ठीक है, सो आई जस्ट वेक अप, आई टच दी मदर अर्थ, मैं उनको हमेशा प्रणाम करता हूँ पहले. एंड उसके बाद मैं अपना बेड बनाता हूँ. आई ड्रिंक 2 ग्लास ऑफ वाटर, ठीक है, गर्म पानी के, हल्के से गुनगुने, या तो नॉर्मल पानी के 2 गर्म पानी पिया मैंने. देन मैं अपनी डिजिटल प्लानर को उठाता हूँ जो मैंने कस्टमाइज खुद का बनाया है. मैं लोगों को उससे हेल्प करना चाहता हूँ सेमली. एंड अल्टरनेटिवली मेरे पास एक डायरी है टाइनी चेंज करके, जो मेरे सर ने दी थी. आई रियली लव दैट डायरी. सो उससे सिमिलर वर्जन मैंने आपको एक डिजिटल प्लानर बनाया. मैं अपने आईपैड पे लिखता हूँ, मेरा व्हाइट बोर्ड है, उधर मैं अपने थोड़े एसेंशियल टास्क लिखता हूँ. फिर जब मैं कंप्यूटर पे बैठता हूँ तो मेरी मीटिंग्स कब है, कैसी है, वो सब मैं क्लिकअप के थ्रू देखता हूँ, तो और बेटर हो जाता है काम. जब आप इतना एविडेंटली चीजों को काम करते हो ना, तो आपको अपने आप समझ आ जाता है, अच्छा अभी ये काम करना था, अभी ये काम करना है, अभी ये काम करना है. तो आपको माइंड में रहेगा. एंड इट्स ऑल अबाउट द माइंड. जो आप माइंड को बताओगे वो वही सोचेगा, वही करेगा. फिर मैं जितना भी होता है, मैंने 5 लोगों से बात करी आज मेरे काम के लिए, मैंने की. मेरा टारगेट रहेगा 10 लोगों को ईमेल करना कि सर आई एम डूइंग दिस सर्विसेज, कैन यू जस्ट अप्रोच मी एंड हेल्प. सो इस तरीके से मैं अपना पूरा दिन का रूटीन निकालता हूँ. फिर मैं कैलिस्थेनिक्स करता हूँ, बॉडी वेट ट्रेनिंग, टू बी फिट. एंड मेडिटेशन करता हूँ. जैसे ही मतलब ये सारा प्रोसेस, ऑब्वियसली मेडिटेशन मेंशन की जरूरत नहीं है. मेडिटेशन इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग आई डू इन द मॉर्निंग. सो अभी थोड़ा सा टाइम टेबल ऊपर नीचे है, बट लाइक फ्रॉम 1 जून आई बी स्ट्रिक्टली फोकसिंग ऑन 4 AM. देन मेडिटेशन, जस्ट उठने के बाद ये सारी छोटी प्रोसेस के बाद मेडिटेट करना थोड़ा सा, 10-15 मिनट के ऊपर या 20 मिनट कम से कम. फिर हाथ मुंह धो के एक अच्छी किताब पढ़ना 40-45 मिनट के लिए. फिर थोड़ा सा एक्सरसाइज करना, रनिंग या कार्डियो, साइकिलिंग, स्विमिंग, ये सारी चीजें, वर्कआउट वगैरह कर लिया. फिर नहा धो के डेस्क पे बैठना. इससे एक अच्छी शुरुआत मिली. काम करने के बाद हैवी हेल्दी ब्रेकफास्ट खाया. देन आई विल गो एंड हिट द जिम एट 10:30 to 12 के टाइम पे. फिर क्लाइंटेल मीटिंग्स और उन सबको देखूंगा. मैं आने के बाद फ्रेश अप होऊंगा, 12:30 खाना ना खा के बैठूंगा. फिर 1 to 6 में एक पूरा बूस्टअप काम करूंगा. मेरे को कंटेंट बनाना है, प्रोड्यूस करना है. अभी इस चीज के लिए मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं अपने कोड्स लिखता हूँ डेली. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू इम्प्लीमेंट इज, मैं अपनी यूट्यूब कम्युनिटी में अब उसको डेली पोस्ट करूंगा, और साथ में अपने इंस्टाग्राम पे डालूंगा दैट व्हाट इज द कोट ऑफ द डे. एंड आई वांट टू हेल्प एवरीवन विद दैट, कि मैं एक अच्छा मैसेज कन्वे कर पा रहा हूँ उनको. अभी बहुत हार्ड है मेरे लिए, ट्रस्ट मी सागिल. मैं आपको कैसे बताऊं, अभी मैंने इस जर्नी के बारे में मेंशन किया है कि मैं $1,000 पहुंचूंगा. $1,000 यानी समथिंग अराउंड क्लोज टू 83,000 रुपीज. इट्स नॉट एन इजी टास्क. इट्स रियली नॉट एन इजी टास्क इन इंडिया. अगर मैं फॉरेन में होता, मैं बोलता कि मैं ड्रॉप शिपिंग करना चाहता हूँ, मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ. प्लेंटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज है. इंडिया में सिर्फ एक इशू, अगर आप में टैलेंट और कैलिबर भी हो ना, somehow get suppressed. That's the only issue. बाकी सब तो बहुत अच्छा है. आई लव माई कंट्री बिकॉज मैं एक एनडीए एस्पिरेंट था. अभी जब से कुछ चीजें हुई लाइफ में, मैं साइबर सेल में गुरुग्राम पुलिस का इंटर्न था. मैंने साइबर कम्युनिटी में बहुत कंट्रीब्यूट किया है. सो जो थोड़े फैक्टर्स उस पर काम करना है, बिकॉज यहाँ पे ड्रॉप शिपिंग करना थोड़ा मुश्किल काम है एज कम्पेयर टू यूएस यूके, बिकॉज यू नो रिफंड का इशू बहुत होता है. मैंने ट्राई कर रखा है, बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं, सक्सेसफुल है, अच्छी बात है, वो बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं, बट मेरे पास इतना कैपिटल नहीं था मैं लगाऊं. तो ये जो मेरा $0 से $1,000 का वो है, रोड है, मैं ट्राई करूंगा इसको अपस्केल करने को. और जैसे मैं अलग अलग जो मेथड्स आपको बताए, अभी इतने सारे तो नहीं हो पाएंगे, बट मैं 3 से 4 में फोकस करूंगा. मेजरली कॉपी राइटिंग हो गया हमारा. कॉपी राइटिंग सबसे अच्छी चीज मुझे लगती है आज की डेट में. फिर मैं एक इंस्टाग्राम पेज बनाऊंगा जिसमें मैं चैट जीपीटी का कंटेंट डालूंगा, बिकॉज आई लव चैट जीपीटी, बिकॉज मेरे लिए ना, मतलब भाई उससे प्यारी चीज नहीं, जिसने चैट जीपीटी सीख लिया उसका फ्यूचर बहुत सिक्योर है, मजाक से हट के बता रहा
That's
हूँ।
right, very much right.
और मैं तो वर्कशॉप भी लूंगा इसके ऊपर। मेरे पास 250 कमांड्स है जो मैं ऐसे यूज करता हूँ चैट जीपीटी पे कि जैसे वो मेरा मतलब, हाँ भाई तू मेरा इंटर्न है, मेरे को कोई भी दिक्कत होगी यू विल टेल मी हाउ टू सॉल्व एनी प्रॉब्लम। ठीक है, इस तरीके से चीजें होती हैं। देन एट पोटेंशियली वो जो $1000 का रोड है वो मैंने इस पे भी लिख रखा है, डिजिटल प्लानर पे लिख रखा है अपने। सो देर आर सम फ्यू स्टेप्स आई हैव टू कैरी आउट। एक अच्छा और चीज बताना चाहूंगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड यूट्यूब ऑटोमेशन। मैं इसके बारे में भी काफी पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ। व्हाट इज YTA ऑटोमेशन, यानी यूट्यूब ऑटोमेशन बोलते हैं इसको।
Can you please like tell us about what is this YouTube automation? Like I am also hearing this term for the first time.
Okay, there's very different methods of money making. So this is like my favorite subject. YouTube automation is like more like very similar to a copy paste channel. और ऑटोमेशन का कंटेंट, जैसे आपने कोई कंटेंट बनाया फेसलेस चैनल का, मतलब आपने स्क्रिप्ट किसी और से लिखवाई, एडिट किसी और ने करी, वॉइस ओवर किसी का, आपका काम है सिर्फ पैसा भरना और उसको चलाना। तो उसके लिए आप पहले स्टार्ट करो कॉपी पेस्टिंग कंटेंट से या कुछ करके ट्राई करो कॉपीराइट ना मिले। सो सबसे इजी भी, आप इंस्टाग्राम वगैरह पे भी देखते हो, गो टू द, कोई भी आपने XYZ स्काई का वीडियो ले लिया, फ्लो ऑफ द स्काई। सेकंड आप गए पिक्सल्स पे, वहां से आपने तो वीडियो उठा लिया। आप गए दूसरी साइड पे, ऑडियो की बहुत सारी ऑडियो साइट्स हैं, वहां पे गए। नंबर 3 आप वॉइस ओवर के लिए चलेगा AI टूल्स पे। चैट जीपीटी का खुद का एक AI टूल है जो वॉइस ओवर करता है बहुत अच्छा। ठीक है, उन तीनों से आपने एक वीडियो बना दिया। आपको परफेक्ट हैशटैग और कीवर्ड सर्च करने होते हैं। देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड 3x3 वायरल हैशटैग मैट्रिक्स, वेयर यू टेल अबाउट फर्स्ट 3 hashtags, what is the content about, number 3 what message you have to convey to that hashtag, and number 3 we go with the what is the target audience of that hashtag। 3x3 वायरल हैशटैग मेथड कहते हैं वैसे। तो बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें जो है इस जर्नी में मैं देखूंगा, मैं खुद प्रैक्टिकली करूंगा, मैं लोगों के लिए कोर्सेज खरीदूंगा अच्छे अच्छे। जैसे आई वुड बी सेइंग एंड्रू टेट का, सॉरी एंड्रू टेट का रियल वर्ल्ड, इमान कैदविक का हमारा एजेंसी नेविगेटर। व्हेन आई हैव दैट मनी और पोटेंशियल आई हेल्प पीपल। मेरे को एक बंदा और बहुत पसंद है, उमेर खुरैशी है उसका नाम, इंडिया का ही है। क्या बंदा है यार, बहुत अच्छा, मतलब ही इज वेरी यंग, ही इज वेरी पैशनेट, आई लव हिम। उसका कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा, आप चाहे तो उसको भी देख सकते हैं। आप लोग को लग रहा है प्रमोशन कर रहा हूँ किसी का, कोई प्रमोशन नहीं कर रहा भाई, मेरे को कोई भी नहीं जानता, अभी मैं नया हूँ जस्ट। बट मैं आपको अच्छी एडवाइसेस दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि आप ग्रोथ करो। अगर आप फॉरेन में बात करो, इमान कैथरिक, एलेक्स है, पैट्रिक डेविड, आई लव दिस गाय। हाँ, मुझे कभी मिले मौका मैं पैट्रिक डेविड से जरूर मिलूंगा।
He is the true entrepreneur. That's really interesting. Like today I've got to learn a lot of things from you, like different things that I was not knowing, some things that many people have not been known from like my audience, especially like I don't have much audience on this YouTube channel, but we are growing. So
इट्स
for the
completely
new
okay.
audience, yeah. So for the new audience also, this is going to be really helpful. You just give one message to my audience, like what would you like to give?
So I have this quote in my mind and I made it for myself. Hard work is a consistency that makes a person doing a smart work. So with that, I have a hashtag called consistency makes. So what does it mean? आपको throughout the life consistent रहना है। आप breaks लो. There's very good to take a few days of gap to make a bridge gap in life. But to cover that, you have to again go to that particular scenario to work hard, because consistency is the thing that perfects your life. Hard work and smart work में अंतर होता है। For example, the best example for me I'm giving to your audience and to everyone is, आप एक चीज को 10 बार करोगे ना, आप उसके अल्टरनेटिव वेज निकालने लगते हो, फिर 20 बार करोगे तो और अल्टरनेटिव वेज निकालोगे। सो दिस इज अबाउट हार्ड वर्क। व्हेन यू पुट योर हार्ड वर्क देयर, यू विल फाइंड 50 hard work things you will doing, and you will find different smart work ideas from it. That's my ideology about that thing. So that's a great message for your audience, I think so. And as a young teen, bro, just really don't rush about money. I know I have mentioned about $1,000, I'm not rushing towards it. Channelize with the time. So, okay, it happens, you cannot do it in a month, you cannot do it in a year. Okay, study, get potential knowledge. Just because when you
Yes.
talk, it should be a true version of that, it should be authentic, it should be carrying a good message to people. And if anybody wants to have something like guidance workshops, you can just DM me, I'll help you. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, Sagil, for inviting me. It was a
So
lovely talk
thank
with
you
you.
so much for this podcast. Like this is really amazing, and thank you so much for the precious time that you have given us.
No, no,
We
sir,
wish to
it's
see you again on this podcast,